Martin Luther King Jr., the dream that refused to die. He didn't live like a hero. He lived like a hunted man. Every knock on the door could be the last. Every phone call carried a threat. Every night his children slept while strangers planned his death. This is not the story of a speech. This is the story of a man who chose courage, while knowing it might cost him his life. This is the true price of a dream. Martin Luther King Jr. woke up every day under surveillance. The FBI followed his movements. Hate groups tracked his locations. Anonymous letters promised bullets, bombs, and blood. He could not travel freely. He could not rest peacefully. He could not protect everyone he loved. And yet he kept walking forward, not because he was fearless, but because turning back would betray millions who had no voice. Leadership is lonely, but King's loneliness was suffocating. Behind closed doors he doubted. He prayed. He wept. He knew every march could turn violent. Every speech could spark chaos. Every decision could cost innocent lives. Still, people looked to him, not as a man, but as hope itself. They arrested him not for violence, but for peace. Cold iron bars, concrete floors, dim lights that never slept. In Birmingham Jail, they tried to break his spirit. Instead, he wrote history. With scraps of paper and exhausted hands, he penned words that would echo across generations. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Chains could not silence truth. Dogs lunged at children. Water hoses crushed bodies. Police batons fell without mercy, and the world watched. King stood firm, preaching love to people who spat hate. Nonviolence was not passive. It was disciplined courage. It was choosing humanity when revenge would feel easier. The world remembers the dream, but forgets the nightmare around it. That speech was not optimism. It was defiance. He stood knowing a sniper could end it all. Yet he spoke anyway, because dreams are dangerous to those who profit from injustice. Coretta King lived with constant fear. Her children lived with constant absence. Birthdays missed. Sleep stolen. Goodbyes whispered like they might be final. The movement demanded everything, and the family paid the price. As his influence grew, so did the hatred. He was called a traitor, a troublemaker, a threat to the nation. But what truly frightened them was not his anger, it was his moral clarity. In Memphis, King sensed the end. "I've been to the mountaintop," he said, not as poetry, but as prophecy. He knew the danger. He accepted it, because submissions demand everything. A single bullet, a silent fall, The dreamer collapsed, but the dream did not. The world froze. Cities burned. Tears fell across continents. Martin Luther King Jr. was not perfect, but he was brave. Because he stood, laws changed. Because he suffered, freedom expanded. Because he refused violence, justice found a voice. A man died, but a movement lived, and the dream still walks among us. The dream is now ours. Martin Luther King Jr. did not leave us comfort. He left us the responsibility. The threats he faced are gone, but injustice still finds new names, new faces, new excuses. He showed us that courage does not shout, it stands. That power does not strike, it endures. King understood something timeless, that silence helps the oppressor, and real love demands action. He walked so others could run. He suffered so others could breathe free. He died so a nation could look itself in the mirror. But a dream does not survive on memory alone. It survives when ordinary people choose what is right, even when it is dangerous, even when it is unpopular, even when it costs something. The question is no longer, what would Martin Luther King Jr. do? The question is, what will we do now? Because the dream was never his alone. It was passed to us. At Janice Bapp's studios, we believe stories can change hearts, and hearts can change the world. If this story stirred something in you, subscribe, share, and walk with us as we tell stories that matter. History doesn't change because people watch. It changes because people respond. If Dr. King's courage spoke to you, leave a comment with one word that describes what his dream means to you today. And if you want more stories that challenge, inspire, and remind us of who we can become, subscribe and stay with us.